welcome back to the JC Penny podcast. I'm your host, Sean Fitzgerald. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Jerry LeBlanc. We are talking about a big week 6 in the books. We have Jerry sitting atop the mountain. We have James still on hashtag Wote Watch. And we have the remainder of the league separated by a measly 2 games 6 weeks into the season. So we are, at this time next week, we will be doing our mid-season grades.
I'm so excited.
But arguably,
I wonder what grade I'm gonna get.
Arguably our most anticipated episode of the year every year. So stay tuned. There will be some of you who are like Jerry, eagerly awaiting your grades to get the money from your parents that you earn for getting that good grade. There are some of you who are going to want to try to throw your grade in the garbage so your parents don't see it. But but we are going to get into that next week. So definitely tune into the podcast at that time. We see shout out to McMillan, who is in the chat, as well as Scotty, both of whom are commenting in the chat. So shout out to both of you for joining us early. But without further ado, let's get right into the we need to recap the waiver report. So let's go ahead and get into that. And let's see here. And I'm still working. I spent part of the reason why we started about 5 minutes late, or why we were 5 minutes late, is because I was trying to figure out this stupid camera issue that keeps off-centering the camera. I have no idea why it continues to happen, but it does. So I apologize. I will keep trying to troubleshoot that and get that fixed. But in the meantime, I don't know why the waivers didn't come up. Let's see if we can't get them back up. There they are. We have ourselves an interesting little waiver report here. This was I would say
I'm blind reacting to it right now. Like, I'm just not, holy shit. I don't think we've ever had so many where people bid on the same person.
Well, we've had there were a lot of bids on the same thing, but there was mainly the defenses that did that.
That was a big one this week. You're right.
But the other interesting thing about this waiver report was the highest bid was $50. Like, it was a very muted.
Oh, you're looking at this week. You got to go to last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Even more so of the reason what you just said defensive wise, even more. Last week.
I'm just reacting to this. Oh my goodness.
Like, Steelers got 5 bids, Rams got 3 bids, Patriots got 5 bids. Holy shit. Like,
Darren Waller got 4
bids. Like, this is crazy.
This was one where everyone was locking in on the same players. Wow. Well done, guys. You were the big spender, obviously, on Darren Waller, who just racks up. Honestly, it's a smart move. Yeah, he's a touchdown magnet.
I'm a little frustrated because I bid 150, and like before I went to bed, I was like, I'm gonna be so mad if somebody snipes it at like 175. I'm gonna up it a little bit. I have budget to spend. Now I wish I hadn't have fucking done that.
Hey, we've talked about it many times in the pod. If it's your guy, if you need him, get him. Like, you can't.
And I need a tight end. I swear to God. And then I didn't even start him, and then he still scores a touchdown.
You need a tight end, do you?
I need a tight end.
Hey, we can talk.
Hey, I tried to trade you for a tight end 4 weeks ago. You didn't want to do it.
Yeah, well, he was injured then. Now he's not injured.
Exactly. More of a reason why you should have wanted to do it.
No, now his value's higher. So like you identified, there was actually the Kamani Vidal bid we're going to talk about later for $55 because that has implications. I dropped, actually, of the bids. It was funny, of all the bids on defenses, you can see I was a lot of that with regard to the Rams.
You wanted your guy,
Steelers
and thank you for bidding so much on the Steelers, because that gave me an extra 7 points bet at getting the Rams.
Yeah, you're welcome. I try to help. But no, and then I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Kendrick Bourne, Darnell Mooney. Yeah, no one. I mean, anyone else that really catch your eye?
I'm gonna mention something, but on the next waiver report.
Okay. Well,
I just want to throw out there, Windows down there with a bid on Christian Watson for 0.
We'll get there.
And did not get him, which is going to be a funny take later on.
We'll get there. So with that said, let's get into the recap of last week's matchups, starting with my matchup with Window, and I played the second highest score in the league. I mean, here's the thing with so let's talk about Window first. I want to give Window his flowers here. Rico Dowdle has had the
I'm so mad at myself.
the
I was like, I could pick him up. Like, who would I start him over? There's no reason. There's no way I'm ever gonna start him. Yeah, fucking right after this week. Holy shit.
That's a really good point. Let's actually I'm gonna stop this recap for a second. Scotty, thank you in the chat. I didn't make a graphic for this, and I should have, and I'm sorry. We had our first trade of the season. And I should have made a graphic. I apologize. It was a big blockbuster trade of one big name player for another. Kyren Williams going from Window to Scotty in exchange for Jay Jettas, Justin Jefferson.
That was a decision.
Big man trade. I mean, we said for several weeks about. I think I even. By the way, no. I think this is what I think if I remember correctly on the last episode of the podcast, I literally told Window, I was like,
"Yep,
you got a lot of running backs. You need wide receivers. Scotty's got a lot of wide receivers. I think I match made this trade. I think I hitched this trade. I was the date doctor. You're welcome. Before he slapped Chris Rock, obviously. So you're welcome, guys. And again, if anyone else wants my advice, do as I say, not as I do. But no, that was a big move. And going back to our matchup.
So quick reaction. Who do you think won the trade?
Well, so I personally on that trade, I'm a big Justin Jefferson guy.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the better end of the trade, but
he was on a bye.
He was on a bye, and there is still that wild card element of, do I trust JJ McCarthy? Do I trust Carson Wentz? Do I trust their quarterback situation to keep? I mean, I know it's Justin Jefferson, right? Like, he's still going to eat. But, like, is he we've seen with Jamar Chase, for example, that stud wide receivers aren't always stud wide receivers. Like, there is that wrinkle there that I just want to be a little leery of. But it's Justin Jefferson.
Being a 3 wide receiver league, I think tilts it even further. I don't know that I'm giving up Justin Jefferson for a running back. I really don't.
I mean, I would. If it's like Devon Achane, for example, that's a no-brainer. If it's Bijan Robinson, it's a no-brainer. To me.
All right, let me rephrase them. There's very few running backs that I'm signing up for in that situation.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of the draft really quick. Like, where did they go? Justin Jefferson was the last pick of the first round. Kyren Williams went.
So let's just go to the matchups real quick. Where is it? So Justin
Williams was a 4th round pick. Like, I get obviously things change after the draft, but damn, I don't know that I would have given up Justin Jefferson for that. That's a surprise to me.
Let's see here.
I think you said Window is the one that got Justin Jefferson, right?
Correct. Window got.
So yeah, I think Window got the better end of that deal.
I would agree. I think that. I mean, right now Justin Jefferson, as things stand, is wide receiver 19.
What's even crazier is that Window went out and got a win without him.
Yeah.
And didn't have to give up Bijan and still has Rico Dowdle. And I think Window's team got a lot better, actually.
Well, Kyren is also RB8 in fairness.
He is.
So
but do you need RB8 when you have RB1 and a guy who's put up back-to-back 30-point weeks? I don't know. I think Window's team got better. I think Window won this trade. I'm obviously it's early. It's only been 1 week, but
I don't disagree that Window's team gets better here. I don't disagree that Window wins the trade. I think it's very close. I think it's close, I should say.
Kyren had a good week. He put up 15.7.
And again, it brings balance to Scott's team because, he has Tet has been putting up numbers. He has Ladd McConkey, who's starting to find his form. He had a big play to seal the Chargers win.
Tet and McConkey both kind of had their first good week of the year.
Right.
This was Ladd McConkey's best week. I'm pretty sure this is the first touchdown that Tet has scored, and he got 2 of them.
The thing is that hurts Scotty is the emergence of Kamani Vidal, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it during his matchup. But if between Kamani Vidal and Amarion Hampton, right? If he's got a running back there does he really? I mean, he's going to be starting one of those running backs at the flex then with Kyron and JTT. Like, Ridley has been wildly inconsistent. Do you
I'd make an
trust?
argument that Scotty has too many running backs now.
Yeah, no, it's
Like
fair.
Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, Kyron Williams, and then like Vidal and Hampton when he comes back. Like,
Shout out to Zach joining the chat. So yeah, back to the matchup. Window had him. Let's go and going back to Rico Dowdle, right? Like the two craziest weeks he's had. I mean, like we said last week, like Rico Dowdle had his best game of the year. Maybe not, apparently. Like he put up. What did he put up against the Dolphins?
He got 30.9 and then 31.9 against.
That's gross. I mean, it's just he's put up more than 60 points in the last 2 weeks. That's absolutely bananas.
Do you want to know what's so scary about this? Like without looking, okay, you have it up now. He's only scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
It's just yardage.
60 points in the last 2 weeks. Only 12 of those points have come off of touchdowns.
Yardage.
People can get crazy points when it's like, oh yeah, it was like there was that week a couple of years ago where Alvin Kamara had like 6 touchdowns in a game.
Right.
And it's like, okay, he put up 45, but I mean 6 1-yard touchdown runs, whatever. Like no, like he's doing it without the touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So between
like Chuba Hubbard does not get that job. I feel like this is similar to Cam Scatterbo taking the job from Tyrone Tracy.
I don't know.
Think about Cam Scatterbo and Tyrone Tracy. Like
I get it.
I think it's the same. How do you not continue to ride this hot hand?
Because they paid Chuba Hubbard a lot more money than Tyrone Tracy's getting paid. Like
so.
I get it. I'm just saying, like Chuba's injured. I also think Carolina's O-line for the run game is actually sneaky good. I think it helps. They have a really good rushing attack in terms of their O-line blocking. But be that as it may, they're still going to give. Then that's actually what I think. I do think there is a risk that Rico Dowdle is going to see his carries diminish when Chuba Hubbard comes back in. I do think you might see like. Even if Rico wins the starting job, you might see it be more of a committee approach, like almost like a Minnesota Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones kind of situation when they were both healthy.
So I agree that could happen simply because. So I will say this: the difference in the contracts. So Chuba Hubbard did sign a big extension, but Rico Dowdle is a 1-year, $2.75 million deal. This season alone, Chuba Hubbard's getting $3.9 million. It's not a massive difference. It's the next few years. Which is why I'm sitting here thinking, like, you're probably right about the committee because, they've sunk, I think it's like, what was his deal? 4 years, $33 million. So, like, $8 million a year over the next 4 years.
Right.
So it's like, no, they're probably going to try and protect their investment a little bit. And if you can get a lot of run at a guy who's only making $2 million and you can cut ties with,
easy.
So, it could very easily become a committee here. But I just don't know how you don't ride the hot hand. Like,
I get it.
Shit, he's looked fucking amazing.
And I also get the idea of the logic behind like don't put more tread on the running back tires, like let Chuba Hubbard get fully healthy, run Rico Dowdle into the ground on that $3 million deal, and also he's playing for a contract, so let him get his money. So but between Rico and Bijan obviously had monstrous days. It helped that Wandale had a touchdown. Jackson Dart also looks deceptively good. Like his mobility just offers such a high floor. It's like Kyler Murray in his rookie season. It feels like where it's just like he's getting that extra benefit of his mobility that's boosting his floor.
Yeah.
No, Window had and we talked last week. The last thing I was going to say about Window's team is we talked last week on the pod about this was a huge week for Window in the sense that he needed to get points. Because if he beats me, like I'm cemented in that bottom 5. Like I'm playing for a wild card at this moment in time. But this is why I said he just needs to score points, because now he's right with me in points. He's very close. He's back in the thick of things with a 2-4 record, and he's 2 games off of second place. So winning cures all ills, and especially when you score big numbers. Huge week for Window.
I think he was second in points scored this week.
So, and I'm not. I was obviously hugely disappointed to lose and to put up less than 120. I wanted to get your take on whether I should hit the panic button here or not, but I'm not asking your opinion in terms of like what I like genuinely asking what I should do. I want you to tell the folks at home how you feel about my team. But what I'll say about it is this: I'm not that worried right now. I feel like the Miami Dolphins when they were going into the season, like, we're not worried. Like they said a couple years back, like we're not worried about the offensive line. The fans are more worried about it than we are. And then Tua got like 3 concussions that year, and they were terrible. It's like, yeah, you're an idiot. I feel like this might be that pride goes before the fall thing, but I'm not as worried because obviously Tua had a horrendous day. Obviously Quinshawn had what might be his worst day of the season.
True. But I also think Cam probably had his best.
Maybe not. Like Cam maybe his best, but George Pickens did what. I mean, he's been booming like crazy.
George Pickens is one of those guys that like he's the number 1 guy without CD. That's great. What happens when CD comes back?
Who knows? Dak's building chemistry with him.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. Who knows? That's literally I'm not saying that as a positive or a negative. It's literally I honestly don't know what that offense is going to look like with CD back and how much of it like the target share George Pickens is going to continue to get. His target share. He had a weird week against the Jets, but like he's averaging like 10 targets a game over the last like 5 weeks.
No, I trust me. I totally get it. When CD comes back, it is an absolute wild card what happens to George Pickens. But I'm hoping that he's building up that rapport with Dak. I'm just saying, like between Tua, Quinshawn, Cortland, and Stephon Diggs had a bad day too. But obviously the big canary in the coal mine is Puka, right? And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, he avoided anything serious or severe, that it's going to be likely he's going to be out this week because they have the bye next week. You know, it sounds like it might be more of a game time decision, but he's probably given that they have the bye next week, they'll probably rest him this week. I'll probably be missing him for this week and a bye, and then he'll come back in, what would that be, week 9. So like this is the thing about my team this year. It's been much like last year. It's like I'm not, knock on wood, I'm not losing players to season-ending injuries, but I'm constantly having to deal with, like, I'm never at full strength because, this guy's out Lamar Jackson's out for a couple weeks. Oh, George Kittle's going on IR. Oh, Quinshawn Judkins hasn't signed his contract yet and isn't practicing with the team. Like, I'm constantly dealing with this. Like, I'm never at full strength. So my only hope is now that Kittle is back now, Lamar comes back next week.
Is he 100% playing this week?
It's not 100%, but it's like 90s. Like he's projected to start, from what I understand. Like I think he's practicing with the team again. Let me double check. Okay. Let's see. He's limited at practice this week. So like, who knows if he plays next week? But like by next week, everybody but Puka should be back, barring another injury, and Puka is, on bye. So like, hopefully by week, what did we say? So week 7 this week, week 8, week next week. Like, hopefully by week 9, I get like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6 good weeks out of my top lineup and navigate the buys there and hope for the best. But like, it's just the constant injury attrition.
Tough spot. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in when you're 2-4, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, in 2 weeks, hopefully I can be at full strength.
And then just rack off wins. But like I right now, at the biggest saving grace is I'm still second in points because I've been putting up points I haven't had a truly awful week.
And obviously, like Jason and James are like a big drop off. But other than that, like, yes, you're second in points, but like 8 of the 10 team or 7 of the 10 teams in the league are within like 20 points of each other.
Oh, I know that I'm not in a comfortable place. I'm also
maybe
not
it's 40 points of each other. Maybe it's
I'm not in like panic mode yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
and again, we still got 8 regular season weeks left. That's only 5 points per game to make up if people like from the 8th or the 6th best person or whoever it is. You know what I mean?
League is wide open right now, with the exception of James. Everybody is in it. So we've talked enough about my matchup with Window. Moving to Scotty's on the other side of this trade. Scotty, huge win to move to. I mean, this is a battle of 3-2 teams. They were both 3-2.
Both 3-2.
And Scotty gets the big win. McMillan had a really disappointing day. He had a couple good performances, but just not enough.
Buka getting hurt doesn't help.
That was a backbreaker.
Because he's been awesome.
Yep.
Chuba Hubbard being out, and again, who knows what Chuba Hubbard's value is moving forward.
Well, I'll be the first to admit, by the way, Malik Washington did not pan out the way I thought he would. McMillan took shot a bullet at him, thinking that would some of the target share for Tyreek would go there. Yeah. No, it has not been that case.
Has not translated to points, yeah.
but yeah, we talked about it. I'll just reiterate, between Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, and now Kamani Vidal having a huge day. Scotty is now locked in at running back. The one thing, by the way, sorry, last thing I'll say about my team, and then I'm going to shut up about my team. What's interesting is Rico Dowdle's first game that he put up the 200 yards against the Dolphins' poorest run defense. Kamani Vidal's 21-point performance just now against the Dolphins' run defense. You know who the Dolphins play next? Who the running back is running against them?
I believe it's Quinshawn Jenkins.
It's Quinshawn. So hopefully that bodes well. Let me ask one question about Sky's team. Is Drake May really people are saying he's a top 5 quarterback in the league today? Your thoughts?
Fantasy wise or league wise? It doesn't matter. The answer is no. Obviously he currently sits at QB6. I think that drops off. I don't think he's gonna kind of continue this pace that he's on, where I think he's thrown 11 or 12 touchdowns and only thrown 1 pick, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head.
I agree with you.
He's a second-year quarterback. The run game sucks, so they're just throwing it a lot.
Well, that's because if they run, they fumble.
At some point, people are gonna start to game plan appropriately. I don't think that he's if I had to bet right now, if he finishes as a top 10 fantasy quarterback, I would say he finishes outside the top 10.
Wow.
He currently sits at 6.
Who in the chat wants to slap bet Jerry on that?
I didn't say slap bet. I said if I were to bet on it. Not everything is a slap bet.
No, only I can make them this year, apparently. And that's another thing we should do during midseason grades, or at some point toward it's one episode this year. We'll do a check-in on where the slap bets stand. So yeah, I will say though. No, let's just say the good news for McMillan. Jamar Chase had a good day, so maybe signs of life out of him.
Yeah, no, Joe Flacco made a difference.
Genty was good. Baker was Baker. Scotty said by the way, he'll do the Drake May slap bet that he finishes a QB1. Come on, you should do that with Scotty. It's like it's like you're basically just getting a gust of a light breeze if he slaps you.
Scotty, you're not going to get the same slap treatment that I gave you last time. You got the nicest treatment anybody's ever gotten. So if you want to make that bet, Scotty, I will make that bet with you.
Ooh, the offer is made. Scotty, post in the chat if you accept, knowing that Jerry will not be nice.
Post in the chat, Scotty. Does this mean just through the fantasy football season, or does week 18 count or not?
Yeah, make it state your terms.
Make it obvious. State your terms, and I'll say
Bring it, birthday boy. I love it. I love this. We need to do more slap bets on the podcast.
Scotty, you just need to think about this.
Clarify. Yeah, I don't think there's anything much more to talk about in this matchup.
Through fantasy season, so week 17. Scotty, if you agree, I agree. Put it on the board. Put it on the board if you agree in the chat.
No, but hold on.
He said through fantasy season, which is week 17.
I want to make sure he said that. Put the end week. Put the last week that it counts through week X, and then it's on the board. And then
put it on the board. Put it on the board.
Moving to matchup number 3. This was. Again, we had that nail biter. It was 2/10 or 4/10 of a point. On
right, me and Scotty have a slap bet.
You do
in the chat,
and it's in the chat as you'll see it come up here in a second or two.
So once I get my trophy, I'm gonna check where he is, and when he's number 11, I'm gonna slap you right in your face.
So aside from there was the Battle of the Jasons that had the very, very, very close matchup that McMillan won, I thought. This was the second closest matchup I think this year that we've had.
Oh, Alex and Brad?
Yeah.
Very close. It was such a weird thing because he was Brad was at 99% for so long, and then it's just it all comes down if Romadunze gets another catch or not, and then he did not. And
yeah.
Again, not everybody's a box like Zach and gets the perfect situation in the Monday night games and wins their matchup.
Well, this put you alone at the mountaintop at 5-1, and we talked about it last week on the pod that Brad in 2 weeks has gone from undefeated number 1, on top of the world to now 4-2 in 5th place.
He's 8th in points scored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if he loses again, like I think it's really hard to be 4-0 and miss the playoffs. He might be
It's
out of
not.
playoff position.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you think with 14-week season and the wild card. Because it's again, a couple big injuries, a couple of guys start falling off. I mean, this was honestly, both of these teams were extremely fortunate to be playing each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them only beat James.
Yes, and they both beat McMillan, but it would have been close. But still,
Oh
they
wow, look at that. Yeah, it
they
was
were
all within like half a point of each other.
they were seventh and eighth in scoring, and one of them's gonna get a win. It just happened to be Alex this week, but a huge win for Alex. Josh Jacobs kind of came through for him, putting up nearly 30.
Almost 30, yeah.
I said Jalen Waddle, by the way. I said this after Tyreek's injury that he was going to be the biggest beneficiary of the target share, and that has not that has been borne true.
It's true, but it's also like I mean, only 13 points this week, no touchdown.
They can't do anything.
Been spreading it out.
It's not just Tua's been spreading out. He can't do anything. They're not like he's Tua, like the Dolphins. And here's I'm gonna talk about my Dolphins again. Here we go. The Dolphins. Tua he completes like 20 some passes a game. Like his completion percentage is good. He's throwing picks in garbage time and crap, but it's not like his QB rating is probably not good right now, but it's he's having decent results in games, but he's throwing for like 5 yards like it's all these bubble screens. It's all this like these short passes, and the thing is NFL defenses have figured Tua out. He loves to target the middle of the field, 5 to 70 yards downfield, and just hit these short slants. He's great at anticipatory throws to quick wide receivers, but you get 1 or 2 deep shots a game with the Dolphins max, and he's hit them, but they're not doing a ton. And it feels like every 20-yard throw that's to the sidelines is 15 yards over somebody's head. Like it just say the number of times, like it's like 3 times a game that Tua will just throw a ball 10 feet above somebody's head. I love Tua. I love the man. But like, bro, like what's happened? Your accuracy is your superpower. You're throwing way over dudes' heads. So I don't know. I feel
to segue that into another weird quarterback situation, though. Like, how does Brad feel about Justin Fields? It's like it's either he puts up like 25 plus or he puts up less than 5. And then Brock Purdy's hurt, and Michael Penix, I mean, I guess has done a little bit better, but he still sits as quarterback 27. Like, I feel like we felt so good about Brad's team after like week 4. I don't know how I feel about his team anymore.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
his bench is just so thin. He still has the injuries. I mean, I guess Trey Benson's eventually going to come back, and Jordan Mason's eventually going to come back. But like
he's got his running backs. He's got to start dealing running backs, right? And again, here I go playing matchmaker again. Here I go killing again.
I actually had a dream that he dropped Alvin Kamara.
That sounds like a nightmare for Brad.
And I was gonna like blow my whole budget to get him.
Oh, I think everyone would. No, like I think Brad has the pieces. I mean, Drake London put up 26, right? You're starting Sun God every week. Devontae Smith is inconsistent. He's gonna have weeks where he puts up 20. He's gonna have weeks where he puts up 5. But like, he's got the players. And his running back, his depth is depleted right now. Jordan Mason was on bye. Nick Chubb was on bye and is also still getting back from injury, but still might have some long-term value. Trey Benson is obviously on the IR. Aaron Jones is going to come back in the fold at some point when he gets off IR. Brock Purdy, you talked about the injury. I do think Brad could make a move at his superflex position to shore that up a little bit. And give up. I mean, he'd have to figure out where he wants to give up depth. I think it's probably running back, if he trusts his running back situation up because he has so much depth there. But otherwise, he could let it ride. But then your super flex spot, if you're gonna, I would start Justin Fields because he's got the higher ceiling probably. But you're gonna have to play your matchup based on do you want the floor of Penix or do you want the ceiling of Fields?
and also like Brock Purdy when he has played has not been. I mean, he's been fine. I think he's like been like 16 points a game or
Dude,
something like that.
the San
But like
Francisco
it's
squad is in the hospital every week. Like the fact that they haven't been healthy, with the exception of, by the way, the craziest fucking part of San Francisco's injuries issues is Christian McCaffrey is the only one not affected. Apparently, he's the one who can't get hurt, but everybody else in San Francisco is like dying, and he's like, "What's going on, guys?"
I want you to see my new thumbnail that I set today.
I think I did see it like earlier. We'll
So once we get to my matchup, we can take a look at.
yeah. So I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add on this one. CD is going to come back in the fold. I mean,
I think Alex has got to feel great about getting a win in a bad week when CD's out. Like the fact that, because I mean, CD's now missed what, the last 3 games?
yeah.
Yeah, the last 3 games, and he's 4-2. Like Alex has got to feel good about it.
Alex's team is going to get stronger.
At some point, you need to stop starting Kyle Pitts. It's a mistake. I understand he had a good week to start the season. Like it's not.
It's dude. Between Pitts and Mandrews, he's both of his guys are in tight end jail. Like there's not. He's whichever one he starts is going to have the lesser numbers, but they're both going to be bad. But no, I think Alex's roster actually on paper is, and this is an interesting question. Whose roster would you rather have right now, Alex's or Brad's? I think you make a case for Alex here. Yeah, I
think there is a case for both sides. It's tough to say for sure. I mean, obviously they're both sitting at 4-2. I think Alex is slightly ahead in points scored.
Yeah,
because Brad's at 8th in points scored. Alex is at. Yeah, they're actually okay. So he's up by like 30 points on him, but like they're next to each other. They are 8th and 7th in points scored. Like
it's whose roster you want.
It's a coin flip. I don't know who I'd say for sure.
Okay. So now moving to your bye week. You
my bye week.
You did not lose on your bye.
I didn't lose.
Yeah, I mean, hashtag Woat Watch, right? Like where are we at on? Let's talk about Woat Watch first before we jerk you off for 5 minutes. Getting jerk offs.
Jerk offs. Getting jerk offs.
So like, here is one funny thing about Woat Watch. Remember all last year how James's defense like was carrying him through some matchups, and like he's putting up like 30 or 40 points with like the Cowboys defense. I feel like I've seen multiple weeks where I'd be curious if we can go back in time. I've seen multiple weeks where his defense goes negative, I feel like, this year.
Probably. On the flip side of that, at some point, my luck is going to run out on defense. Because I've streamed every week. I'm averaging like 15 points a week on my defense.
Oh, no, it's not going to run out because you keep picking yourself to lose every week in the predictions, and every time it means you win.
On a real note, though, like I have gotten insanely lucky streaming defenses. Like last week, I would have ended up with 10 if you didn't bid as much as you did on the Steelers defense. Obviously, it wouldn't have made a difference in this matchup.
No,
but I end up at first in points scored. I would have been 3rd or 4th in points scored if I had started a different defense. Like 7 points makes that much of a difference. Like, no, I have gotten very lucky with my defenses, streaming them every single week.
You've also gotten just very lucky in the sense of, like, again, I'm just going to point out, like, Achane and McCaffrey are 2 running backs with injury histories, both of them. And
yes, zoom in on my thumbnail.
I have it up on the chat or up on the stream right now. Nice.
I found that picture today and I was like, that's so fucking perfect.
So, no, like 2 running backs with injury histories in Achane and McCaffrey, and they have been healthy all year. They are currently RB4 and RB2. You have 2 of the top 4 running backs in fantasy right now. You have QB4 in Jalen Hurts. JSN is wide receiver 2 right now, and Devontae Adams awesome. is wide receiver 13. Like,
and he had a down week. I think he was actually like at number 9 going into this week.
DeAndre Swift is on your bench right now is RB18. Like,
he had a good week. That is one thing I felt really good about this week is like I was on the fence between Dobbins and Swift. I picked wrong. I was on the fence between Higgins and Williams. I picked wrong. I was on the fence between Henry and Waller. I picked wrong. I
You
still
still
put
put
up
up
145 and got a win. Like I can't complain. I really can't.
You can't do anything wrong right now. I mean, your team is that good. And meanwhile, for James, so I really I wish I would honestly. I'm trying to think of like what I would give up. I would give up a lot to play James this week. Josh Allen and Derrick Henry are both on bye.
Oh shit. Hey James, you want to trade for Josh Allen and Derrick Henry?
Like it's not gonna. There's no way he wins without Josh Allen and Derrick Henry. I don't think.
Damn, watch probably goes on for at least one more week.
What I'm saying, and that's half the season. He's 0-7. I called this before week 3, or like during it was when he was 0. I don't know if it was 0-2. I think it was the week episode 3 of the pod. I called this. I said #WoteWatch, and it has continued to bear all the more true. He can't break 100. Dead last in points scored. No realistic chance in the at the wild card. What do you take solace at? Like where do you take solace here?
I think like there's an argument to be made. Like no one's allowed to trade with James right now because he's so far eliminated. Like what is he? I mean, I guess in theory he's still playing to not come in last.
Yeah.
But like I was literally thinking, I was like, dang, I actually like Derrick Henry's matchup after the bye. Like I like some of his matchups after that. Maybe I should be trying to make. Oh, James has him. What do I give James? Like, how do I make both of our teams better? I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. He's just trying not to be the woat.
It's also funny because he also has the best regular season record of all time.
And he's going to have the worst regular season record of all time soon.
Don't think he won the championship the year that he went 12-1 though.
He did not, I don't think. Well, let me double check.
I think he lost in the championship.
You might be right. You might be right.
Because he went 12-1 in season 9, and in season 9
he didn't win the championship in season 9. I don't think.
No. Like I said, I think he lost in the championship though.
And Alex does make a good point in the chat. He was starting a guy on bye until Sunday night, had to make a last minute move. Jerry and I both messaged him about it, and he made the change. Thankfully, that didn't help.
And I'm kind of mad because I was like, okay, he put a tight end.
You know what the irony is?
He had a quarterback he could have played, and then he doesn't play the quarterback, and then the tight end puts up more than the quarterback he would have played. God damn it!
Yeah, I'm about to say he would have had to drop somebody. Is the thing, he would have had to drop.
Well, I was expecting him to eventually start Mac Jones, and then Mac Jones' game started, and it was too late. So then he puts in Ertz,
and it turned out to be better move.
Ertz does better than Mac Jones.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He just has a shitty team. Last matchup of the week, box gonna box. This has got to be a hugely
going into the Sunday night game. Like Jason was like an 80% favorite.
Yeah,
and
this is a backbreaker, I think, for Jason. Like this has got to be let me back up. It's not a backbreaker. The truth is, Jason Smith is even though he is 9th right now in the league, he is 2-4. He is, again, I'm going to say right now, the person sitting in second place is 2 games ahead of him. 2. And I understand points scored, it's really 3.
The problem is he's 100 points back on everybody.
No. So for him, it's really 3 games, but still.
3 with 8 games to go, it's definitely possible.
That's what I'm saying. Like
definitely doable.
The fact that you know, and we're only almost halfway through the year, but the fact that 80% of the league is within 2 games of each other, that level of parity, you're not dead yet. You got to start putting wins on the table, but you know, there are signs of life from Jason's team. Dak, Daniel Jones,
Javonte Williams is a top 5 running back. Dak is a top 5 quarterback. James Cook is now 6. He was 1. He had back-to-back kind of bad weeks, and he's on a bye this week, which isn't great.
Yep.
But like Daniel Jones is a top 10 quarterback. Like he has players. Jason has players.
Definitely does.
Nico Collins was on a bye. Nico Collins, I think, also is kind of underperformed this year, but he sits as right now after the bye, which obviously the bye kind of makes all the position rankings wonky. He's still 24 after already having a bye.
One interesting move that could be made here. I'm not playing matchmaker.
Trey Tucker's a top 10 wide receiver. Jesus.
But that's also he had one monstrous week.
Didn't he have like a 40 burger or something?
Something like that. I'm gonna put another matchmaking situation out there. And I don't think it'll happen this week. But it's something that maybe it will, but it'd be very interesting if it did. I think Jason Smith and Brad might have a trade potential in terms of
it ain't happening this week.
One of Jason Smith's quarterbacks, because Brad is in desperate need of quarterback help, And, you know, I don't know who they want on each other's teams, but I could see, like, Jason trying to move on from some of these players. You know, I don't know if he wants to ship James Cook or Javonte Williams, make a big splash for someone like Saquon, for someone like Sun God. I know Jason loved having Sun God in the past, but I feel like there's trade potential there for someone like Brad who really could stand to make a move for a super flex, and someone like Jason Smith who has some depth at that position, some quality like QB2 depth. Just food for thought. But
I look at Jason's team and I see how far behind he is, and I don't get it. Like, he has 2 top 7 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He has 2 top 6 running backs.
Yeah.
He has 2 top 9 wide receivers.
Yeah.
How he has a top 3 tight end. How is he 100 points back? I don't understand.
Because
is he just starting the wrong people every
No.
week? Like, what the fuck is happening?
These guys are all they're low floor, high ceiling players. They have boom potential, but when they bust, he loses. And he's had enough of them bust week in, week out that he can't get wins. I mean, we'll wait until the standings, but like Jason Smith is not. I understand he's lost some nail biters, but it's not as if people are putting up a ton of points against him. As we'll see soon, he is not putting up points. He's 9th in scoring.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like so confused. It's like, how do you have like 2 top 10 quarterbacks, 2 top 10 running backs, 2 top 10 wide receivers, and a top 3 tight end, and be 9th in points scored? Yeah. How is that possible?
Yeah.
It's just so confusing.
Yeah, he's an enigma. Meanwhile, Box gonna box.
Box is gonna box.
Mahomes looks back to Mahomes. Jade Daniels.
Mahomes is awesome. I tried to trade Zach for Mahomes a few weeks ago.
Speaking of people who could trade to Brad, Zach, 3 quarterbacks. Look at his quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's like 3 top 12 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I guess Daniels technically. Jaden Daniels is 22 right now, but you expect him to be.
Yeah, like in terms of like projections.
He also missed 2 weeks, and he's still number 22.
Right.
When he's on the field, he's fucking great.
Right.
He's giving you 20 points a game
for sure. So yeah, I mean, not much more. Brian Thomas having a little bit of a rebound for Zach finally. You know, I have him in other leagues, and it's been very disappointing. So I know that was probably reassuring. Not much more to talk about there.
Yeah. Box gun box.
Box.
I think I picked the box to win last week, if I'm remembering.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get into it. So, with that said, let's get into the standings. And
I mean, do you want to do standings before or after this week's matchups? Because these obviously include this week.
What do you mean this week's matchup? Like predictions?
Oh, never mind. I'm dumb.
No, you're good.
I'm getting myself confused because of the previous offers report that we had to do.
So here are our standings right now. As you'll see, Jerry, as I mentioned, Jerry sits atop the mountain. We have 4 teams at 4-2 in Scotty, Zach, Alex, and Brad. Jason McMillan once again changing his team name, this time to the Warren Commission. Shout out to history, I guess.
Honestly, I like that one better than the last one.
Yeah, I like that name better. I didn't understand the fog. May the fog be with you. That was dumb.
So I guess it was supposed to be a May the Force be with you thing, and because it was backwards Goff and it was bad, don't do that anymore. Don't cut that shit out.
But the Warren Commission's pretty funny.
Warren Commission, I actually like the Warren Commission.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think maybe you just wait. Either he's doing it as a joke every week to just continuously change the team name, or he's waiting to find a good one. Well, we approve of this one. But so he stands alone at 3-3, and then the 2-4 teams are myself, Window, and Jason Smith. And #WoteWatch still doesn't have a win. When we go down to points scored, you are up by about 30 or 25, I guess. Then myself, then 20 points back is McMillan. 10 points back from that's Window. Right around that, Scotty. 10 more points back, Zach. Right around there is Alex, and then there's a 30-some point gap to Brad, and then another 50-ish point gap to Jason Smith, and then Scrolling,
then there's
scrolling,
30 feet of shit. 30 feet of shit, and then there's James.
Looking at where my watch would be for comedic effect, and there's James at the bottom.
Oh my god, he's 100 points back on.
That's like he's done. He's dead. He's dusted. I will say this: if James somehow makes the playoffs, it is they will put this podcast on national television. This will be the miracle of miracles if he's able to resurrect his season.
What odds will you give me on him making the playoffs? How many slaps? How many slaps? You slap me once.
Right now,
it doesn't make it. How many slaps do I get to slap you if he does me?
Right now, the ESPN, you can't see it on the screen. I'll see if I can. Let me see if I can make it smaller. I can't. You can't see it.
It has him at 1. It has him at 1%.
It has him at 1%. Is what I wanted to show. So it says 1%. So I'll give you 100 to 1.
100 slaps to 1. So this is just 100 slaps from now until eternity that I get to dole out whenever I want.
Yeah.
Versus 1.
No,
I might take that.
Don't do it. Come on. I don't know that I'll do it. I don't know if I want to get slapped 100 times, but I feel like he's.
You're not gonna get slapped 100 times in a row. It's just from now until eternity.
You don't know. You could slap me 100 times in a row if you wanted to.
Could. I won't.
What?
Anytime I see you, just every time I see you, I might just. Maybe that'll be my new greeting for you. Instead of a hug goodbye, it's a slap goodbye.
In points against, I just want to point out, Windows, James and I, it looks like, are all.
I'm like kind of mad I had to play James this week because I'm first in points scored, and then my points against goes down by so much. But that's why Brad's in such a bad spot. He's not had a lot of points against. He's last in points against, and now he sits in 5th rather than 1st.
I don't know why it says Zach Hall for James here. It says Zach Hall.
ESPN fucking sucks.
Yeah,
bro.
but anyway, Window, James, and I are all. I mean, everyone's kind of around the same in points against, but Window is in the lead right now. There is a significant gap between the top 6 in points against Window, myself. I'm sorry, Window, myself, James, McMillan, Zach, and Alex, and then Scotty, Jason Smith, you, and Brad. There's a big gap between you and Brad too. Brad, obviously, I mean that's still James.
Brad, that's what I'm saying. Brad's only getting like 90 points against.
Yeah, but that's also because James.
Maybe not quite. Maybe 105.
Yeah.
Right?
So
what are we 6 weeks in? Yeah, he's 105 points against, and
let's hit Fab for a second, just to give everyone a sense of where we stand. We actually have to do waivers again, but before we do it, we'll do Fab. Actually, no, we'll do waivers first, just because this is after the most recent Fab. So here's, where is it?
Offers report.
The offer report for this week. You talked about Christian Watson. Go ahead.
It was funny because Window had Christian Watson, and Window's gonna window, and he goes out and puts a bid. Obviously, it was 0 last week to get him back, but it had already dropped whoever it was, so didn't get him. So I bet on him this week. I'm a little surprised nobody else bet on him this week because he's returned to practice. He's expected to, in theory, play this week. But I kind of stashed him. But it's just kind of a funny thing. Like, Window, how many times are you going to have someone drop him and then bid to get him back? Like, you could just not drop them.
That's what he spends his budget on.
That's what again, it was 0 last week for him. It has been kind of a funny thing because kind of the same situation with Darren Waller. I think the previous week you had bid on Darren Waller, like a low amount.
Yeah.
Didn't get him because of somebody else. And then he's still available, can get him for free, don't get him, and then I end up getting him later. And again, a lot of people wanted him last week.
Part of why I didn't get him was just dude, I have Trey McBride, I have
you don't need
George Kittle.
Ends.
It's the same
reason why I did. It's the same reason I didn't pick up Rico Dowdle.
The last thing.
Why do you need a third tight end that you're not going to play?
Right. It's for trade value in case he blows up. But sadly, I love you, Tua. You're my boy.
Saw you dropped him.
But I can't anymore. Like, not that he cost me this week, but like, I can't have 6 points out of my quarterback position. I get it. And
especially when your other two are hurt.
Why
playing?
Well, that's the thing. Is like Lamar's out this week on a bye. Kyler's questionable with his foot injury still. I gotta have another quarterback in the tank. I've learned that I can't go. I might have to go super flex. We'll see, but like, or I might have to go double tight end and do super flex as another wide receiver or something. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I need to have a good matchup this week for my quarterback, so I went with Aaron Rodgers. A lot of business, Chiefs, D.
Yeah, and like I said, I have gotten very lucky streaming defenses every week. I win another bit on a defense. We'll see if this is the week it bites me in the ass.
We'll see.
But I mean, if I get another 12 points out of the Chiefs defense, like, holy shit, how good can I run when it comes to streaming defenses?
Yeah. So, we did the waivers. Now we'll go to our fab budget. James, you got a lot of money there. Watch 95.5% of your budget. Start spending them bills, buddy.
It's tough because this week in particular, I think, was a really down week of people available. Like, I will say, I watch a billion videos about people you need to drop, people you need to sit, people you need to, pick up. Like, the amount of people that I see that are like, oh, you should 100% pick this person up. They're only available in 20% of leagues. And I go and look and I'm like, they've been rostered for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, our league is very fucking on top of
our league
available players.
Our league is super fucking ahead of the curve. Like the fact that like one of the things was like the Amari DiMercato thing. I caught a rumor. I heard a rumor that Trey Benson had some kind of a nagging injury before it was ever announced. I'm like, oh, okay. So I snagged DiMercato. Then they say Benson's on IR. I'm like, fuck yeah, I got DiMercato. Eat it. And then Window and Window being quick on it adds Michael Carter, and sure enough, Michael Carter turns out to be the only guy having any value there.
But for a week,
and then now he's done. Like
now he's not even playing. Now it's Bam Knight. Like,
yeah, it's just.
And by the way, Bam Knight picked up before this week. Like he was one of the biggest things of videos I've seen of like, oh, this is definitely somebody you need to pick up. Thanks for the advice after week 6. Man, I want you to give that to me last week.
I mean, our league has a podcast. We're on top of it. This league takes it seriously.
No, people do. People are on top of it. Everybody in the league is very active in picking up people, and I'm mad about it because I want to be that person that is picking everybody up. But I'm impressed.
I feel like I'm listening to like Ron Swanson where he's like talking about Leslie Knope buying him presents for his birthday. It's like every year I give Leslie what I give everyone else, a crisp $20 bill. And every year, Leslie gets me something kind and thoughtful and sentimental, and where she spent a lot of effort. It makes me furious. So, that's our fab status. Now we get into our prediction accuracy, and I continue. We both went 3 for 5 last week.
All right.
So I continue
I'll take that.
to be in the lead here with an 18-12 record, but you're only 4 games back, 14-16. You're closing in on 500, despite picking yourself to lose every week and going 5-1. But you're doing that deliberately to give you to reverse jinx yourself into winning games. So I get it.
There's no such thing as a jinx.
The only consensus one we got right was Alex. Every other matchup we split, and one of us was right, one of us was wrong. And then checking in on the top 3, bottom 3. It appears we were both wrong on Smith, but again, he's not dead. He could easily, build some momentum 2 games back at a second. I was definitely right about you in my top 3 because you are first in points scored and first in record. And we were both right about James as our consensus bottom 3, our first pick in that because he is on Woat Watch. So that's where everybody stands as far as... I only put the greens for ones that were consensus in record and in points. They are in the bottom 3 or top 3, and same for Jason Smith there. Consensus in points and record for right now, but who knows where that'll shake out. So with that said, let's now get into our predictions. And this is where I get into the episode title. I'm now starting to explain. I've been good this season about explaining the meaning of certain episode titles. So this one comes from McDaniel, believe it or not, for the I mean, Jerry, you went there. You have an honorary McDaniel degree. So and I think you actually might have been around for this, but I don't know if you were present there or not. So you remember in our intramural soccer team? You played for it one game.
I did play. I did play.
You
for
did
an intramural soccer game for one game.
You did.
We were up a bunch, and then we blew it. And you were playing goalie for most of the game. And you're like, "Fuck this shit! I'm gonna play striker now."
Yeah, because I was getting my shit rocked. But the game where this quote originates is it was a I don't remember what it was. I don't remember who we were playing, but I remember that it was like basically like the team I was running versus my former team, like, and a team of like people I was very close friends with and I knew. And like the first half we played it, we were down a couple goals, and it was really chippy. It was like a lot chippier and like a lot more like physical than I expected it to be, a lot dirtier than I expected it to be. So like at halftime, I kind of pulled everybody aside. I'm like, all right, enough of this shit. Like, all friendships are off for the next like 30 minutes. All respect is off. Let's just go fuck them up for 30 minutes, and then we'll be fine. Like, I'm done with this. Like, and I got pissed. So now that's gonna happen this week. But there are a lot of like, if you look at the matchups, 3 of the 5 I would say are like very close friendships.
Fuck you, Scotty. Fuck you, Scotty.
And it could have been more if Window and Scotty played each other here.
I think next year we need to set. I know you like to do the matchup with week 1 where the defending title plays each other. I think we need to try and set it up where 1 week during the season, yeah, that situation comes to pass.
What I want to have happen here, right? What I eventually want to have happen is to have like, we need to have like, you know, that they have like a circle where you have like you know in The Office, like how often are these how often are these characters on screen, whatever, and it has like every character. So I want to have those little like lines between 2 characters, like between myself and yourself, right? You and I, we're the podcast bowl. You know, I mean, I would have said that Jason Smith and Brad are the Nova Bowl, but that's now there's more than that. So like you'd have to have something different. But like, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, McMillan and Alex was always called the Battle of Hagerstown. Like, even though Alex lives in Pennsylvania now, like, just those kind of things. Like, I'd like the James and I are the Lawyer Bowl. Like, I'd like to see, like, I want to get names for each of those matchups.
You and Scotty now have a Whittier matchup.
Yeah, we're the Whittier Bowl. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I want to get more of these, like, names for matchups. So come up with your matchups with each other so we can start calling these, like, names. But I do want to have a week where it is, like, a quote-unquote rivalry week, you know, or, like something like that. So maybe we can custom the schedule at some point, you know. Like, not we have to make it somewhat random, but we can kind of like move shit around if we can figure out a way to do it fairly.
Hey, Roger Goodell sets the schedule every year, right?
Yeah, and the NFL scriptwriter. By the way, if you don't follow, Tom Grassi every week does like if the NFL were scripted every week, and it's like after the week is over, he'll go back and be like he'll be the NFL scriptwriter, like telling each team like what's going to happen. It's hilarious. It's so fun. You got to check it out. The Dolphins
I feel like I've seen things like this where it's like, oh, and by the way, you get to kick a 70-yard field goal to win the game. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. It's like the Dolphins, they're all at the Texans' house this year, which is pissing the Texans off tremendously. The Dolphins are in there like trying to like basically like drown themselves in the pool every week. So it's funny. You gotta check it out. But I'm playing my best man this week. Big matchup for both of us. I am obviously still depleted with Lamar on bye, with Kyler questionable, George Kittle coming back from injury, not in a strong place. And also, by the way, Puka not in my lineup right now because he is questionable and likely to be out. You know, I've got some injury issues. Meanwhile, Jason looks to be pretty much. I mean, Egbuka's the big injury for him. Chuba's still kind of on the fence.
I mean, he does have a projection right now, so Chuba might be back,
but Egbuka is looking like outside looking in.
Yeah, I
am favored right now by 7, but again, there is a lot of. This is assuming Kyler plays, which you know is still up in the air. So, I am going to predict because I looked at my matchups this week and I haven't. I'll be fair. I haven't even looked at McMillan's, but I don't care. I'm picking me. I need a win this week, which is my kiss of death. If I predict myself and I need a win, I'm going to lose.
And what happens if George Kittle doesn't play? Who are you starting?
Stephon Diggs would be my first option. If that doesn't work, Pacheco. Because I had McBride, so I don't need, like, I can put anyone in.
Yeah.
But I just have so many really good matchups. I mean, like I said, Quinn-Sean against Miami. Miami's given up essentially 200 yards rushing the last 2 weeks in a row. They can't stop the run. The Cortland Sutton gets he had a bad week last week, but he gets the Giants. Chris Olave gets the Chicago Bears. Kittle, if he's coming back, gets the Falcons. Like, there aren't a lot of matchups that really scare me in terms of like defenses.
I will say, like, Cam just had his best week, 30 points. I don't think he's doing that against Denver. But I'm still going with you.
I need it.
I do like your team better.
Stay tuned to watch me go to fall to 2-5, everybody. So moving on to matchup number 2, that would be Alex versus Scotty. Full matchup of 4 and 2s. This is
it's a big week.
Yeah, every matchup is, unless you're playing you're on your James bye, every matchup is huge. Like, you know, the nature of parity, right? So interesting. So right now, again, 7-point line in favor of Alex. The buys this week are Buffalo and Baltimore. So the only buy on either team here is Mandrews. But I don't see a ton of really big injury concerns. Jacobs and CeeDee Lamb actually are the big wild cards for Alex because they're huge players. But he's still got Brees that's on the bench for him. Jordan Addison is back from a bye this week.
I do think it makes a massive difference whether or not CD plays. But I like Scotty's team here. I mean, Drake May gets Tennessee. Jonathan Taylor is the number 1 running back in fantasy. Ladd McConkey finally has done something. Tet McMillan finally has done something and gets the Jets. Although the Jets defense did play pretty well last week against Buffalo. Kendrick. Apparently Mac Jones only throws to Kendrick Bourne. Like, in the last 2 weeks, he's averaging 10 targets per game. Tyler Warren has looked amazing. He's got Kyron Williams, and Jacksonville is gonna Jacksonville, right? So, no, and Bo Nix gets the Giants. I'm thinking I'm going Scotty. As much as I'd like Alex to win, I think I have to go Scotty.
Well, I have good news for you because Alex is going to win.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, aside from Ladd McConkey, Scotty's matchups are harder than they look. The Rams are good at stopping opposing running backs. Tennessee actually is very good at stopping opposing quarterbacks in fantasy. Tet and right now he's got Tet and Bourne in, right? They've got
Tet, Bourne, and McConkey, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, McConkey's matchup's great, but the Jets are good against fantasy wide receivers. There aren't a lot of matchups that are tantalizing for Scotty. Meanwhile, a lot depends upon Josh Jacobs and CeeDee Lamb if they're playing or not. That's the biggest wrinkle in this matchup. If they're not playing, you're right, Scotty wins. But I'm predicting that they'll play, and I'm predicting that Alex will win because they both have favorable matchups against Arizona and the Commanders, respectively. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is due for a little bit of. I mean, he's a top 10 running back. He's going to have a good day. The Dolphins have turned the ball over a shitload on offense, and guess whose defense is they're playing against the Browns defense, so that might boost Alex's score a little bit. I'm going to lean Alex here. So that would be Alex for me and Scotty for you. I got to keep track of this now. So next up, we've got Window gets his bye. Like, this is what I said. Like, Window, you were like saying Window, even if you beat Sean, what are you gonna do? Because he's got so many points. Window just put up the second most in the league. He beat me, and now he gets his James bye. What do you want?
I didn't want to call it a James bye, but damn, like.
It's a James bye. It's
Henry's on bye.
This is the week
Coleman's
of James bye. Like, this has to be the James bye. It's a bye week. Window could start a kicker and he'd win. Like,
he doesn't have 2 quarterbacks.
What do we do?
And like we're past the waiver period. James, go get a kick. Go get a kick. Go get a quarterback.
Go get a kicker. Go get a kicker.
Oh man, I mean he gets Terry McLaurin back probably, right? I mean, I guess he starts Charbonnet.
Who has James winning? Post in the chat.
Okay, window wins.
Yeah. The most surprising thing about this right now, what's on your screen, is the fact that James has any check marks whatsoever. The fact that he has 2 is nothing short of a gift from God. He has, I think, the strongest case for the worst fantasy team of all time in our league.
He has serviceable players.
Bro, we're in Superflex where 130 is a winning week generally.
He has Josh Allen. He has Derrick Henry. He has Kenneth Walker. He has AJ Brown. He has Sam Laporta. He has Terry McLaurin. He has good players. They're just either not playing or they don't ever hit on the same week. And
bro, he put up less.
He had the number 1 pick, and this is why you don't overreach when you are on the bookend.
Yeah, for sure. No, seriously, James put up less than 50 once this year, and this week is projected. And I understand he's got
3 people on a bye right now. Calm down. He's not going to be
even rounding up and saying he's got 30 points on his bench for those 3 positions, which is questionable right now because he has 1 quarterback.
He probably has 30. He has 20 that he can put in right now, and then a quarterback off the waiver wire is going to be at least 10. It's 30 points. I don't know that his projection will be 100, though, which is a problem.
So, yeah, it's absolutely, unequivocally 100% window. This is our lock of the week.
Whoa, watch continues. It's window. God damn it, James. Come on. I'm rooting for you.
Oh.
Do you want to sit at a Waffle House in New York City for 24 hours? That just sounds dangerous.
He could do the SAT. All right, so we now move to the battle for Nova. And it
looks like Brad actually set his lineup.
I'm so proud. I mean, it's the same lineup he had last week.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, I will say, I mean, this looks to be the closest projection of the week. It looks like a razor thin margin. Jason Smith currently projected ahead by less than half a point. The big question mark, I think, is Brock Purdy, whether he plays. Jordan Mason also could come in if Brad wants to, shake up his wide receiver situation, move Odunze up to the wide receiver spots for Smith and take Smith out, or take Odunze out. But so I think those might be some of the wrinkles you see here, but I don't think you'll see much more than that in terms of like roster moves. Maybe Cooper Kupp for Trey Tucker, but this is probably about what you're looking at in terms of their rosters this week.
This is true. Like, it's a tough week for Jason to have both James Cook and Garrett Wilson probably not playing.
This is one of the hardest times I've had predicting a matchup, honestly. I'm really struggling to make a pick. Because they're all like nothing, no. They're both about the same.
Like if he has James Cook and Garrett Wilson, I think I easily pick Jason.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I'm actually gonna go.
I'm still going Jason.
Okay. I am gonna go Brad. I just think the running back matchups for Brad are a little bit too favorable.
I get it.
Saquon's due.
I could see this one really going either way. Like, this is a coin flip.
This truly is a coin. It's close to a coin flip as you can get. But I'm going Brad. You're going Jason.
Like Smith. I said, I feel like I'd feel really confident if Cook and Wilson were playing, but with them not doing it, I think it's much closer. But I'm gonna lean Jason.
Actually, let's do, since we haven't done a poll yet. Hold on. Scotty asking in the chat, when do we think James will realize he has guys on bye, before or after Thursday night? I love it.
Nice.
Who wins the Nova Bowl? And we'll put Brad as option A. And we'll put Jason Smith as option B. Poll is started in the chat. Put your votes in for the coin flip of the week. Who wins? So while we let that poll go, we got one more matchup to predict. Like, how good do you feel? You were waiting for this you were waiting for this the entire time until you get to see your projection for 150. It's so stupid.
I'm cautious.
Shut up. You change your team name to Cautiously Optimistic. My goodness. Oh my lord. Like, it's so, like, there isn't really a team in, like, who's the best team in the NFL right now?
It's debatable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's frustrating about this. Like,
I think I'd make an argument for the Buccaneers. I think there's an argument to be made. I think the Chiefs are still obviously in the conversation.
You could talk about the Eagles. You can talk about the Bills. But like,
yeah, but the Bills and Eagles have kind of dropped off a little bit.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, it's at least up for debate. There's no debate that you're the best team in the league right now, and you're still projected to just crush everybody. You have no bye issues. It just must be fucking nice. Meanwhile, by the way, Zach's team bleeding. Bucky Irving doubtful to play. Marvin Harrison still questionable. Mike Evans might come back from injury, might not. Debo's questionable.
He gets Rashee Rice back this week, though.
Yeah. He's not starting him yet.
And we've talked about his team, how he has, 3 top 15 quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, he could make a move.
He could make a move.
But, so the question here.
I am cautiously optimistic about my team.
With that said, you're picking Zach to win.
Boxes are gonna box, man.
You're just doing this deliberately now. You know you're doing this deliberately.
Tell me I'm wrong. Box is box.
Every week. I
will be up. I will be up going into the Sunday night game, and he will have a Sunday night player and a Monday night player, and they're gonna both put up like 30 points, and I'm gonna fucking lose. Boxes are gonna box. And also this is probably in even more of in more box fashion. Like I said, I've been getting like 12 points per week out of my defense. This is going to be the week where like the Chiefs fucking go negative against the fucking Raiders of all teams, and it's going to hurt me. Boxes are going to box. It's going to be Zach. I will slap bet on that. I didn't want to slap bet against James. Think about that. I will slap bet on this if you want to slap bet on it, Sean.
I am not going to slap bet on it because I am also predicting Zach. But that's not the point. The point is you know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm looking at the camera right now. You know what you're doing. With that said, I am picking Zach. I think don't get me wrong. Your team is far and away the better team. So you should win this matchup. You are the favorite. There is no doubt about that. I do think you are due for some regression. I think Zach is also looking at some favorable matchups if his players play. Jaden Daniels gets the best matchup for fantasy quarterbacks in the week in Dallas. They give up a ton of points to the position. Mike Evans and Debo both have great matchups if they play. That's actually a big question mark. But, you talked about...
boxes are going to box, man.
You talked about boxes are going to box. I think, like I said, I think this is one of those, like, comeback... And I also think part of what is selling on this is Cleveland has the best run D against fantasy running backs. And who's the second best fantasy run D, like, at limiting fantasy running backs points? It's the Falcons. And that's, you've got Achane and McCaffrey playing against both those teams. So, like, not to mention Minnesota's a top 3 defense at stopping fantasy quarterbacks. So, like, all those reasons to say, I think you have a tough week of matchups, and I think Zach has some boom potential. Coupled with the fact that you're due for a bad week, he's due for a good week. I'm going to go ahead and pick Zach. And knowing the fact that I picked Zach and you picked Zach as well, I'm sure we're both going to get it wrong and you're going to win. So
boxes are going to box, man.
Maybe that's if he wins, maybe that'll be the episode. Well, no, next week is midseason grade, so it might be a different name, but I was going to say maybe that'll be the name for the next episode. Circling back to the results of the poll, I'm assuming there were 4 votes. Yeah, there are 4 voters. 3 of the 4 went with Jason Smith to win that matchup. So, yeah. So I think that just about does it for us on episode 7. And like we said, next week, mid-season grades.
Mid-season grades, man.
It's so fun.
I miss the quarterly grades.
I actually like mid-season because it makes it that much more special. It's like your first semester. It's like, how'd you do? But yeah, it's we're excited to do that. We appreciate Alex, Scotty, Zach, Jerry. You were even in the chat at one point tonight. McMillan, a lot of you guys joining the chat, and for those of you who watch it later on, we appreciate you too. Anything else to mention before we close out?
I think so.
We're looking at probably, what do we say, Tuesday of next week. We'll probably do our episode. So, we won't have the waiver, but everything else we'll have. So yeah, good luck in your matchups. See you next week, and Window, enjoy your bye.
I swear, if James gets off, we'll watch this week.